I used to overdraft like it was a subscription. Seriously, every month. Insufficient funds, a $35 fee, and me pretending I didn't see it. And the worst part wasn't even the money, it was the feeling. That tiny jolt of panic when you check your balance. The shame spiral. The how am I here again moment. So in this video, I'm going to show you the small $5 habit that quietly stopped overdrafts for me. I'll explain why it works, how to set it up in minutes, and how to level it up over time, even if you're living paycheck to paycheck. First, I want to talk about what overdrafts actually cost, because it adds up faster than most people realize. Let's say your bank charges around $35 per overdraft. If it happens twice a month, that's $70 a month. Over a year, that's $840, almost $1,000 leaving your life. Not because you bought something huge, but because your account dipped a little bit negative at the wrong time. That's why overdrafts feel so brutal. They don't hit you when you're flush. They hit you when you're already stressed. It's like the universe charging interest on being human. And this is important. Overdrafts usually aren't happening because you're bad with money. Most of the time, overdrafts are a timing problem, not an intelligence problem. Here's what I mean. Money leaves your account before money arrives. That's it. That's the trap. Maybe your rent or a bill pulls on Tuesday, but payday is Thursday. Maybe groceries run higher than you expected in week 3. Maybe a subscription renews that you forgot about. Maybe your car needs gas on a day you didn't plan for. It's not that you're irresponsible, it's that your account has zero cushion. Your balance is living on fumes. So what I did was tiny, almost stupidly tiny. Every payday, the second the money hit my account, I moved $5 into something I called my buffer. Not savings, not investing, not a complicated budget, just a tiny don't let me overdraft cushion. That's the whole habit. Every payday, move $5 into a buffer. That's it. Now let me slow down and explain what I mean by a buffer, because this is where people get it twisted. A buffer isn't your emergency fund. A buffer isn't your long-term savings. A buffer is a shock absorber for timing. It has one job: keep your account from going negative when life happens between paychecks. Think of it like financial padding. It's not meant to make you rich. It's meant to keep you safe from the moment where your balance hits zero and one thing happens out of order. So here's the simple process. Step 1. Choose where your buffer lives. You can do this a few ways. It can be a separate savings account at the same bank. It can be a second checking account. It can be one of those bank features where you create a vault or bucket, or it can be cash in an envelope. The method doesn't matter. The purpose does. The rub. Buffer is a place your $5 goes that is not mixed into your normal spending. Step 2. Every payday, move $5 into the buffer immediately. If you can automate it, great. If not, do it manually, but do it first. Before bills, before shopping, before you even think about it. The magic isn't the amount. The magic is the timing. Step 3. One rule. You don't touch the buffer for fun spending. You only touch it if you're about to overdraft or a bill hits early, or something slides out of place. It's there to protect your floor. Now I know what you're thinking. $5? That's not going to change anything. I get it. Your brain hears $5 and goes, cool, that's like half a sandwich. But here's why it works. Overdrafts aren't usually a $500 problem. They're a $20 at the wrong time problem. The buffer changes the floor of your account. It takes you from living at 0 to living at 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. And that's enough to stop the chain reaction that causes fees. Because once you have even a small cushion, the timing problem stops being fatal. You're not trying to become wealthy with this habit. You're trying to avoid going negative. And that shift alone changes everything psychologically. Here's what happened for me. After a few paychecks, I had like $20 sitting there. And then one day a bill hit earlier than I expected. In the old version of my life, that would have been an overdraft for sure. I would have woken up to a fee in a bad mood. But because the buffer was there, nothing happened. The bill went through. No fee, no panic. I barely noticed. And I realized something important. The buffer doesn't make you richer. It makes you calmer. It gives you breathing room. Now let me hit a few common objections because I know they're coming. Objection number 1. $5 isn't enough to matter. Here's the truth. It matters because overdrafts aren't about big money. They're about going below zero. If your account is at $2 and a $9 thing hits, you get charged a fee. If your account is at $12 because you've been building a buffer, the same thing happens and you don't even flinch. The buffer doesn't need to be huge, it just needs to exist. Objection number 2. I'm too broke to save anything. If $5 feels impossible, start with $1. I'm serious. Because every time you avoid an overdraft, you're saving $35. This isn't about depriving yourself. This is about keeping money you're already losing. And if you can't start with $5, don't let that stop you from starting at all. Start tiny. The habit is the win. Objection number 3. What if I keep using the buffer? Then it's doing its job. It's not failing. It's functioning. The buffer is a shock absorber. Sometimes you hit a bump. It catches you. The next payday, you refill it. That's the system. It's okay to use it. You're not ruining your savings. You're preventing a fee. Objection number 4. My bank doesn't let me do separate accounts. No problem. Use cash. Use a second free checking account somewhere else. Use a prepaid card. Use anything that creates separation. Again, method doesn't matter. Cushion matters. So if you do this habit for a while, what happens next? This is where it gets fun. Once overdrafts stop, you naturally start noticing that you're not leaking money into fees anymore. That money stays in your world. And that creates momentum. Here's the simple level up path. Stage 1, the $5 buffer. The goal here is just to stop overdrafts. This is the no more broke tax stage. Stage 2, a $50 mini buffer. This covers the slightly bigger timing surprises, like a bill you forgot or a cost spike in groceries. Stage 3, a 1-week cushion. At this point, you're not just avoiding overdrafts, you're starting to feel stable between paychecks. Stage 4, your full emergency fund. Now you're playing offense, not defense. And here's the thing, those stages aren't about willpower, they're about consistency. You build safety the same way you build muscle. Tiny reps, repeated. The reason people fail with money isn't because they're lazy. It's because they try to jump straight to some perfect, disciplined, color-coded budget when they don't even have a floor. The buffer gives you a floor. It gives you a base. And once you have that base, everything else becomes easier. You stop making decisions out of panic. You stop letting timing accidents punish you. You stop feeling like you're one mistake away from disaster. So here's what I want you to do. Try this for 30 days. Next payday, move $5 into a buffer the moment you get paid. If $5 is too much, move $1. If you have to start at 50 cents, start there. What matters is that you build the habit and you build the cushion. And then watch what happens. Not just to your bank account, but to your stress. Because you're not richer overnight. You're not perfect overnight. But you will feel safer. And you'll stop paying $35 for being 2 days early or 1 subscription late. I'm not richer than I was before. I'm just not paying the broke tax anymore. And you don't have to either.